I don't know how much of the air conditioning I'll have to do in the barn tonight because it's down in the 70s because it's kind of raining. So that's nice. That's nice to makes exercise a lot more comfortable and fun when the weather's better. Um, uh, I'm the Messiah and I watch television. That should be very important to most people that believe in the Messiah and believe in rabbinic religion and tradition. If you don't believe in rabbinic religion and tradition, you'll dress up in ancient garb. That a lot of people that dealt in violent sex cult activity and cannibalism, and cannibalism's been a big problem throughout history. Of good people trying to get away from bad people. The Apaches were very fierce, but they weren't cannibals, and so getting away from cannibals, especially you've made a northern to southern migration, then you hit down south, and then you got cannibals down in Central America and Mexico and stuff, and they do that. It's devouring people to try to steal their power and steal their will to try to fight and kill and breed you out of existence. It's very animalistic. It's been a large problem among human beings, for, I don't know why Michael Rockefeller went to go engage in studying it. Maybe they found it fascinating. I don't know. I don't find it fascinating at all, and I don't like being around people like that. And I like the understanding of being the gracious good shepherds, and the sir of the cow. That the cow's a cow for a reason, a man's a man for a reason, And if God had meant for cows to eat human beings, God would have gave cows opposable thumbs, but don't give scientists any ideas, right? Island of Dr. Moreau, you got a lot of very sick, crazy people that are very vicious and aggressive and animalistic and believe it's their God-given right to manipulate matter and play God by taking creation and manipulating it and turning it into their invention and saying this is the way God meant it to be. There's a lot of Dr. Moreaus out there right now, and it's very difficult for me to deal with. I am the Messiah and I do watch television. I watch 60 Minutes, I didn't watch much of it because you guys really got on my nerves because I really love children and I'm sick of this kind of barbaric bullshit, Like when we used to go stay with the Aviars and Mom would get mad at me and she would say, that's why Mom didn't send me to Animus to play basketball and get my scholarship and do, because she didn't want them to torture me with barbarian religion. And I was like, Mom, I can handle barbarian religion people. You saw me with Spencer J. Kimball before I was even 4, I know when to shut up and when to talk, And I would have known, I'd played basketball. I would have got a nice girlfriend. I don't know if I'd met a girl in Animus or Plius. It might have been after I went to college, and dominated and got 3 state championships. It would have been 2 because it was at Cruces. I got in junior and senior year 2 straight championships at because think about that. You just going to Animus, it was a small school. They would have welcomed me and wanted me just like a Dean Morgan, and we would have just dominated, and people would have watched me at the tournament and been like, oh my gosh, this kid is amazing. Yeah, I know. And so it wasn't meant to be that way. And the funny thing is when Gabe and Mike used to come and visit, which we don't do anymore because of brain damage from the Wi-Fi and all the data centers people and stuff. And we have data centers coming in here to establish even more manipulation. We already have them. That's White Sands Missile Range. That's Roswell. We already have quote unquote data centers and underground bunkers and stuff around here. Tons of them. Just involving more people in this insanity makes them feel like they're more important, and it's bad brain activity, and it needs to be stopped. All signs point to the fact through all religious communications and stuff that we do it, and what I feel from the future. As far as immediate future, I don't have any plans or thoughts or dreams of immediate future because of their data centers and the way they mess with your mind, and you don't want attachment, and it's wrong to acquit the guilty and deny justice to the innocent. So, I roll with things when I get people in prayer through this manipulation, through these scientific manipulators. But I'm a really good person. And I know that most of you aren't, okay? Because you'll get up and do anything for money, and justify it with your insanity. And so I know most people want to be really good people. I know that, but most of them are not, as you can see on TV when you watch TV, most people, because they'll follow rules and they'll try to be kind to one another, okay, but they're being brutalized by people. It's not 1%. The 1% are the egotistical manipulators that manipulate matter and the Dr. Moreaus and shit like that. Then there's about 20% of aggressive, violent sociopaths that think it's their God-given right because they can do it to fight and kill and feel powerful and in control when they can't even control their own fucking genitalia and their pathetic little brains, right? They're horrible. And then and then get them all and have them weave baskets and make clay pots and, after they freak out because they realize here we go again, 10,000 years and counting, get together and it's all fun until, your buddy's head start getting blown off. Nobody wants to have sex with you because most of the women hate being around you because you're a sick, murdering pig and it makes them want to throw up every time you want to get them pregnant, right? And so, which makes sense because women have to give birth to the baby. And most women want to live in a kind world where they're treated kind and they don't have to tit measure and butt measure and vagina measure and my pussy's better than your pussy. And that's not true. They're all pretty similar. I've had sex with 8 different women. And, and they were okay. The first time was with Rhonda, who was 17, and we were younger, and no one, there wasn't excessive amounts of sex in there. But law also taught me that if you use Benoit balls and different things and stuff like that, that you can keep pretty much, as long as you're not, if you're with a man, as long as you're not fucking men that are like 8 sizes too big their shoes, you'll be okay, But the thing is, when you find the right slipper for the Cinderella and the Philip foot, you don't go around shoving combat boots on ballerina feet, right? And so that's just the way it is. And so, and then they all think it's just a big combat boot because combat boots are better than ballerina slippers, right? And ballerina slippers suck because that's excessive compulsive behaviors and destroys your body because you're doing excessive compulsive things just like people in combat boots. So they're both very similar. So, bang the hell out of those ballerina slippers, you combat boots, right? Dance and love is gone. Ballerina gone. The chair that's empty in the second row. Hey man, I don't leave any reservations because I won't show. I will not show the fuck up to watch your excessive compulsive egomaniac bullshit. I'll watch if you pray to say, hey, here's what's going on, and then after a while it's like you just want to show off. You don't want to show up. An old Pereskoronsky, life's all about showing up. No, it's not. Well, because if they say you need money to fucking kill and you show up and you do it, and then everybody says, okay, you need drugs, you need therapy, you need this. No, you need to be right. Okay. If you're going to show up, be right. If they ain't going to be right, leave. Okay. Don't show up. When they send you a draft notice, don't go to Vietnam and kill poor Vietnamese people for a bunch of rich bastards like my dad did. Like Muhammad Ali did. He's a coward. Now, he didn't want to go be a mercenary for rich people to kill poor people. Okay? But if you try to come in his house and kill poor people in his house that are just trying to survive rich people that have dumbasses that will mass murder poor people for rich people, he'll blow your fucking head off. Okay, so don't say my dad's a coward, you fucking pathetic, child molesting, murdering, raping piles of shit with surveillance equipment over the other side of the mountains that head fucked my Lige and head fucked Lawrence and head fuck everybody. And then they got them so scared of the fucking military that they can't stand up to live the commands of the Lord if I kicked them in the ass for 15 fucking years. And no, my magic cartoon character from the Vatican's better than you. No, there is no magic cartoon character from a bunch of child molesters with the biggest bank in the world to think they can pull it off. You can't pull it off. To commit sign of the sin in the mind came submitted to the flesh, and we're still committed in the flesh because of your rotten little fucking minds. Your bank account isn't real, but my love is. You guys still want to be doing stupid shit like this? You find these people sexually attractive or appealing? Well, when you need sex to reproduce and live in love, it's perfectly natural to feel that way. Okay? But when they talk and they won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer, Your dick should shrivel up like the day you were born and go up screaming between your butt cheeks. I don't want to fuck anybody. I just want to love and be loved in return, right? I have a talking penis. His name is Herb. Burger King's looking for him. Freaking Cummins. We were talking about something, and I was talking about controlling your penis, and, just randomly called it Herb, right? And he started laughing. It's what I don't know. I was just being goofy, right? I was just being silly because I was talking to Cummins, and he's a nut, right? And then sure enough, man, the next fucking day, Burger King comes out with Burger King's looking for Herb, and my friends are all, it's in Earl's pants. Burger King's looking for Herb, but Herb's in Earl's pants. Oh, where's the beef? In Earl's pants. It's not that big. It's total exaggeration. It's like Cinderella's slipper. Yeah. It's comfortable. Get the job done. We all get together and get the job done. Right, let me show you the way to go. And then, of course, that summer in summer school, or in Miss Klinger's class where she had me as a TA, she sits there and goes, you guys need to quit staying up all night and coming in and not sleeping. You need to be prepared. It's like getting a job. And I was like, so if Herb calls at 10 o'clock at night, you can tell me hang up. And Bob goes, Earl, what's your penis doing calling Miss Klinger at 10 at night? And I'm like, oh, thanks. This is really going to make Tallarico. Oh, son of a bitch. Cummins. Okay. You know that little voice in your head that says, don't say, well, you don't have that, do you? This is like Cheldorado and shit. Okay. I love Bob Cummins, man. He's a nut, though. What does your father do, Robert? He lays around a lot. What does he do, Robert? That's horrible. He's lazy, whatever. No, he's a pusher. He's a drug dealer, Robert? No, he pushes up daisies. And I just started cracking up because I kept telling the crazy old New Jersey later, go to the next kid, let it go. Maybe you can talk privately later to him about it, and I'm teaching the class. And she's sitting there, Mr. Parsons, one of us here is a teacher and one of us is not. So please let me teach the class and be quiet and stay out of this. And I'm like, you should just, I couldn't help it. She wouldn't stop badgering him. And he said, I'll just go on to the next person. Yeah, listen to Mr. Parsons. Go on to the next person. No, you have to participate, and this is my classroom. And then when he did that, I just busted out laughing because I was like, goody. This was before I married into the uses. I was like, some people just, they don't have a lot of common sense. They come from a place where, hey, you got to show up for your community. You got to do this. You got to. It's like, man, shutting up, Rabbit. Are you living the Lord's Prayer? Then what the fuck do you have to share with us that's meaningful, has any redeeming qualities, intrinsic value? Or is it stupid shit like this? Bugs in your system, the wolf pack. It's really stupid. It's Big Brother, okay? They took Orwell and turned it in a way to do marketing. Okay. With sex and sexual tension and bitches talking shit about shit, and bitches ain't shit and they ain't saying nothing. 4 billion motherfuckers couldn't feel me nothing. They dumb as a fuck. They dumb as a fuck. And it's like, what? Balloons, but they got lots of balloons. Balloons with the helium in them. Don't ever give a little girl a balloon, have a sunroof, and then have her lose the balloon. She's crying, I want my balloon back. I want your balloon back too. I do. Right? Because they won't stop crying. They're so cute, though. They are so cute. Yeah. I think I've had that with all of them, They've had their little balloon. It went out the car window and it flew off. They're crying. I want my balloon back. I want your balloon back too. Age 99. Who sniffs the balloon? Yeah. Okay. Man, I'm tired as hell. The billion-dollar question is, why aren't you tired as hell? And why do you still want $1 billion? Because I've got endless energy. I have unlimited potential. My mind has low limitations. Could you please put a credit limit on your mind? Credit? Forgive debt and trespass, love, and eternal faithful peace. No credit? No problem. Awesome. Okay. You're so funny. I know. See, we don't need any more commercials like this. With women showing up for ceremonies to sign, because you're not married, man. You're not married. Okay. You're not married. Marriage is a holy covenant. Okay. What you're doing is not marriage. You're sexually reproducing in hell and passing it on to your children. Hi. You're like Ruby's parents with the gang in Albuquerque. That's why when I sit there, that's horrible. Don't tell me my parents are horrible. It's like, don't tell me about your parents. And you wonder why I come from the Holy Family. My family, like Aunt Frances used to say, we put the fun in dysfunction. Well, we do have little Earl Junior. Put the fun in dysfunction. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, you know it. Okay, come on, Ghostbusters. But Earl, you're funny. But you know what I'm saying there? Okay, so hello. And that reminds me, tomorrow I got to go out there and I got the paint for it and the tape. I got to go out there and extend and make the pickleball court lines legal. They're narrow, but have them as long as they should be, like Dad said originally. Yeah, it's already, the baseline I think is already pretty close to being there, but I got to get the middle things in the front section towards the net, and so we'll get it all straightened out. And then things, yeah, you never know. People might show up. They might start dropping those cojones any day now. Any day now, their cojones will drop, and they'll be men. And they'll want to talk about living the Lord's Prayer globally and tell all the perverts with the science projects with the guys who can't control their dick and want to kill over money to go sod the fuck off. And then, my wow, beautiful birds, you will fly here. And then we'll sit there and say, hey, Nelly Furtado, it's not your soul, but it's in the temple for the flesh, but it's being denied heaven because we're not applying the physics of the Lord's Prayer. Thank you, Nelly Furtado. Okay, fly away. Just park all the planes. You don't need to fly places to do philanthropy and mass murder people because of your insanity, right? It's insane, isn't it? It is exhausting being this intelligent around people that think they're intelligent, but they're not. No, the Nobel Prize winners and stuff. It's like the lady with the little Asian lady with the guy with the white hair at Walmart and the thing. She says she works with people with disabilities. And she said a lot of the people at White Sands have these kind of disabilities, like Sheldon and all that. And it's like, oh God, no! Wow, you never could have convinced me of that. Sheesh. Brian Cox has mental and emotional disabilities. Yes, he does. Okay. 1, he cannot admit when he's wrong. 2, he can't admit that Feynman was wrong. Okay. 3, he can't admit Jesus is right. Boom, he can't admit that Richard Dawkins is right. It's genetic sequencing, the females. Yeah, that's all right. We knew that. It says so in almost every religion, right? Okay, which is why we have Ivanhoe, right? And so, but Earl, hello, Rebecca, stay away from the Templar. Okay, so I like Robin Williams too. But so you sit there and you get this across to people and you explain this to people. Okay, so this is scientific knowledge about our eternal reality that scientists won't confront rationally because they're too afraid of being killed by the rich people that they work for. Well, you may not want to use this because it might be bad to use our projects to try to kill people over money. It's like that's all they do is use your projects to kill people over money. You're just putting on a show because you're addicted to feeling powerful like them. And then you think to yourself, I could use this to do the double thing like they do on the Justice League Unlimited with the scientist that turned the one guy loose that had the other girl that then was trying to kill the other guy that was, I don't recall, and then had to get the hot girl with the hammer with the, I don't know, it's crazy, but I'm confused. What are we doing? I don't know. I have no money and no time. God, no time. In our society, if you don't have money, you don't have time. Okay. You're just doing time. If you have money, you can sit there and say, okay, I'm not paying you to do this. You're on my time. What? Time is money? Yes, and money is time. This is clinically insane. I know. Why have we been doing this? Well, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. You tell me. Hey, more comic books to sell? Yes. Well, if a giant bank that pays for sexual molestation of kids because they're being indoctrinated and incarcerated and institutionalized from before they're born, and then pass it on to their kids and say, what a family tradition. Hank, why do you roll smoke? Why do you drink? It's family tradition, right? It's fucking insane. There ain't no light for me, Minnie Pearl. Okay. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? Okay. So, God dang, Kim Burns does. Asshole. You see why Professor Simpson didn't like you. I wonder if Professor Simpson's still with us. Yeah. Hiram Ulysses Grant Simpson. Okay. That was his name. Professor Simpson was his great-grandchild president. Hiram Ulysses Grant Simpson. Okay. U.S. Grant. U.S. Grant. USG. He changed the name on his luggage to be USG. He legally changed his name because they harassed him so much because the name on his luggage and all his stuff said HUGS. Okay. They made fun of him because his initials were Hugs. So he changed his name legally to Ulysses Grant Simpson, Ulysses Simpson Grant. USG, US grade or whatever, so because they're stupid. Because West Point's full of a bunch of abusive fucking peckerwoods on a pussy plantation waiting to buy up all the property and fuck all the property. And if the property doesn't like being fucked, they'll sell it to Florida. How about them Knowles, right? It's nuts, man. It's violent sex cult activity. Guys, okay, Suzuki got me with this today. He is so fucking cool. He goes, Earl, what are you, my grandma is from the line of the Hebrew, his Aunt Ruth, Granny Kramer's from Aunt Ruth's line, Jewish peddler, right, Ruth's line, right? He goes, right, so the Hebrew line, Abraham's line, right? It's not the fighting Hebrews at the bar. No, there's the fighting Scots, and there's the fighting Sioux, and there's the fighting this, and there's hey, that's offensive. Seriously? You know why they were called the Sioux? Because they were cutthroats, because they would wait, size you up, and cut your throat and steal all your stuff. That's how they got their name. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't be coming onto our land. You go, well, we can't help it. We're the fighting Scots and the fighting Irish. We're drunk and we're ready to fight, right? And the dumbest chick wants to get fucked by us because she wants to fight. She was born to fight. She ain't been knocked down yet. She makes lots of money, UFC and professional wrestling yet. Yeah. And it's like it doesn't turn me on to watch two women kick the shit out of each other. No. What turns me on is a woman who really loves kids. You know what turns me on? All the girls that I was attracted to is the anti-bullies. The people that would not make fun of others, would not abuse others, That's what turns me on. A kind, caring woman who's strong enough to stand up when other people weren't, because they want to just fit in. That's what turns me on. So far, I turn me on a lot. Yeah, I'm gorgeous. I'm the most attractive woman I've ever known. Look at her. She's so beautiful. Look at her. She stands up to protect all children from perversion through violent sex cult activities. She doesn't sit there and show off her coochie and her butt and say, give me more money. I'm the most fuckable bitch in the whole world. Yay. Okay, you're funny. I know. I am so tired, man. I don't know why you guys ain't tired of stupidity. It just don't make no sense, man. Just guys, this should motivate you all want to live for the Lord's Prayer if you're watching these anonymously and don't have the gumption to get up and stop being a dumbass, okay? Guess what? There will never be any commercials again because they will be necessary because we'll share caregiving course need built to last. Which means we won't have shows like Gutfeld, Saturday Night Live, politically correct Bill Maher, The Daily Show. Gosh, I know, just thinking about all the gardening for the mind. with the fresh air and the clean water, and the cantaloupe parties with Cage, and not sitting there going, and it's stealing for people to not want to pay money to people to indoctrinate them and institutionalize them into incarceration. Okay, what did Jesus say? Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. What does that have to do with having to pay people and institutions and continue incarceration through indoctrination? Even with a book that you're being indoctrinated by because of that pervert bank in Italy, it still he says, why not for you love him? Why not you love like him? There's so much evidence in that book. Everything, I tell people this, read the words in red there. Okay, where does he tell us all of this bullshit they talk about with the comic book sales and the Justice League and Unlimited, the Star Wars, the Star Trek, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Brie Larson being a living god that will save us from Galactus and the Silver Smurfer? Where does it say that in the Bible, where the Jesus is talking in the red and commanding us what to do to obey the natural laws given to us by the infinite glory, to love one another and eternal and faithful peace there? Okay, go read the words in the red and see all the things he commands us to do, and realize it's nothing that we can do. And when we do it, it's wonderful for the children's and the women's and the children's and your next door neighbors who want to live in a holy covenant of worshiping the God eternally through a faithfully loving one another. And then there's no more crazy, stupid shit like this on the freaking TV. See, there's nothing wrong with the television. If the television and the phone are used not to do shit like this, and are used to do good stuff like this. Yahweh. Okay. Your Jesus is a comic book character in your head that's never existed and never gonna exist. Okay? My Jesus is the eternal spirit of the soul for this temple, so we can all live his perfect commands and obey the natural laws given to us by infinite glory to faithfully love one another on this beautiful planet that doesn't need commercials to sell you dog food. Or is this a dog food commercial? How do we know it's a dog food commercial? Because doesn't he do like chocolate or Atkins commercials and stuff? Are you triple dipping there, Benjamin? Are you still pralines and dick? Okay. Now he's selling his... Oh, no, it's debt relief. Debt relief? Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. Okay. I think he's still lost in the 80s. Like that Lost in the 60s by Ronnie Millsap. Yeah. Yep. So, I think he's still in the... No, it wasn't the Breakfast Club. What was it? St. Elmo's Fire. That's it. Wasn't he in St. Elmo's Fire? I don't know. I wasn't really into that pack thing, and I didn't watch. I watched some of them, but not all of them. I watched a few Molly Ringwald movies. I watched the one with John Cryer. Yeah, that one. What was the name of that one? Was that Pretty in Pink? I think it was Pretty in Pink. Is that the James Spader one? I think so. So there's Pretty in Pink. Did I watch 16 Candles? I think I might have. I'm not sure. I watched Pretty in Pink. Wasn't she also in The Breakfast Club? Yeah, she was. I've watched The Breakfast Club. I think that's the one I've watched the most. Okay. The John Hughes. Are they all John Hughes movies? I don't know. Slow Long, Frank Lloyd Wright. Do they use Frank Lloyd Wright houses in that one too? In the Aurora, Chicago area with the gasworks? And Ed O'Neill stabbing jelly donuts with a pencil or something? Yeah. Or was he doing it, or was it he was just saying, have you ever seen steam come out of a body when you stab it? And they go, okay, but it was actually was Garth was the one stabbing the jelly donut and going, eek, eek. I don't remember. It's been a while. I haven't seen Wayne's World in a long time. It's been a while. It's been a little while, long time. Kind of like long time. Like, I think I gave it to the kids. So yeah, it's been. That was 2012. So that's 14 years. Yeah, it's a long time. Well, 14 years really is a long time when you sit down and think about it sometimes. Okay. 16 years was the last time I had sex with a woman that wasn't as gorgeous as me, or, well, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't Amy's fault. It wasn't Amy's fault that she was abused by a bunch of perverts that are your business partners, and you're still business partners with that pervert, so that makes you guilt by association? No fair at all. Hey, you're the getaway driver. You're the distraction. Hey, we're not robbing the bank and child molesting the kids with philanthropy. Hey, let's just shut the brain down and live the Lord's Prayer. Oh, where's the fun in that? That's all there is fun. Like Tishna. Fun, real fun. Fun, natural fun. I'm in heaven living the Lord's Prayer because he's the genius of love. Not a Nobel Prize winner with no idea what's whack and what's dope because he still has money and money's not real. It's a human invention for the evil to manipulate the stupid. And if physicists can't explain that to you, they're just not very good at applying physics. Oh, wow, help me. Right? So, George Orwell. Did you guys ever think Big Brother would be like this? People being totally dysfunctional and selling lots of food wrapped in plastic and boxes for housing that were invaded by living critters because, Haile Selassie, and Muhammad said it too, Muhammad did it, but Haile Selassie probably tried. But the Europeans were so angry and jealous about the beauty of that man that they could hardly contain themselves. That's the spirit of John the Baptist? Yeah. Don't worry about it. During the apocalypse, the guy who's the spirit of Jesus looks like you bigoted white people that abuse the hell out of Haile Selassie. Yeah. So all the bigoted black people that look like Haile Selassie would deny him because they're all bigots instead of, servants of the Lord, children of the Father. You know what I'm saying? So, you'll kill and fuck for money, so don't even bother. Okay? Luke, I'm not your father. If you're you're fighting with Picard with a baseball bat and cricket wickets over vegan tacos. No one would fight over vegan tacos. They'd say, here, please take the vegan tacos. Please, thank you. Okay. Now, shredded beef tacos? Look at me once. You look at me twice. You look at me again. There's going to be a fight. We're going to rock this town. Rock it inside out. Yeah, it's shredded beef tacos. Okay. So bad. You're going to kill and eat the cow. Yes, I have read the Quran and I understand it. And, God made the cow a cow for a reason and a man for the reason and a wolf for a reason. And until Dr. Moreau gives the wolf opposable thumbs, we don't have to be afraid of Michael J. Fox and his family. You're funny. Apparently he's supposed to be a better basketball player than me. No one is a better basketball player than me. Why? Because basketball is exercise to keep children healthy during the winter months in Massachusetts. Think I'm going back to Massachusetts, right? And nobody keeps children healthier playing basketball in a gym in Massachusetts than Ralph Earl Parsons Jr., the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. So who's the best basketball player in the world? Thank you. All you goats, go put your face on a beautiful mountain that you're destroying with your horrible image of your delusions of grandeur and slaveholding and slave rags and having cars brought to you from Carvana. Not Nirvana, not Nirvana. Go away, go away, go away, ugly girls. Okay. I'll take care of myself until further notice. Thank you, because who's gorgeous? You's gorgeous. Thank you. Kiss myself. Okay? Oh, you funny. Hey, man, if you can't handle the news, don't pick up your phone or go to get a library card and go to YouTube and look up 13 Choice Second Me, Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. I don't want to hear the truth about myself. That's okay. That's why I am correcting your technology and making sure it works right so children can be free from your brain chemical addictions and abuse. Who's your daddy? Well, if you want to live the Lord's Prayer, it's me, okay? You don't have a daddy, you have a fucker, okay? Don't ever let me catch you calling your fucker daddy or father, okay? Earned income credit. The fucker is the fucker. Okay, don't call Lucy in the sky. Never call Lucifer father. He's a fucker. Okay? I'm the line of Adam. I'm a father. I don't need money to fuck. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. None of you can claim that because none of you are doing that. I are. You baboons, weasels. Okay? Love you. Of course I love you. My love's unconditional. Trust her like you? You don't trust her like you. Why do you expect me to? Peace.